Today I'm going to focus on the reaction of the experts. I'm going to focus on the reaction from the World Health Organization and from the Center for Disease and Control, from the doctors, from the physicians, from the professors, and basically I'm talking about the medical field. My question is, why this reaction to COVID-19? Why? Why now? Why this virus? The reaction to recommend that the whole world should go into isolation. Recommending the whole world, society as you know it, should stop functioning because of this COVID-19. This is the biggest deal ever. What's happening right now. The decision to shut down. So I ask, why? Why now? Why in 2020? Why are we shutting down in 2020? We've all been advised that we have to take action so we can limit the spread. And they've used words like contagious, the outbreak, pandemic. This is unprecedented. There's a surge. The cost of life, there's no vaccine. And it's all putting fear into everyone because this has never happened ever in anyone's lifetime. So why now? Why this COVID-19? Why in 2020? Why now? As I do my recording now, the actual number is 100,000 deaths and about 1.5 million cases. But as it is, 95% of those cases are mild. So 5% of cases are critical. And out of that 5% of critical cases, you'll have some deaths. And out of those deaths you have, it's not all because of the COVID-19. Okay, so I am going to actually estimate this number to be 450,000. But even that number is still less than the average deaths from the flu annually. Can you imagine what happened before we had the vaccine? Before the flu vaccine, more people would have died. And still there was no shutdown. So why now? And the fact that both the COVID-19 and the flu, the contagion spreads in the same way. And it spreads across more people. But all our lives during the flu season, we just get on. Everyone does everything. Go to school, go to work, go to college, do whatever. There's no 2 meters apart. There's no one going on about wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. There is no recommendation from these experts to tell you about the flu pandemic, to tell us that there's numbers of people dying, hundreds of thousands of people are dying. All these years. So why now? Why this? Why this COVID-19? Is way less deaths than the flu has ever been yearly. It's the same spread. Don't the flu deaths matter? I don't get it. The only thing you see during the flu season, in the UK anyway, you see posters up there which go, catch it, bin it, kill it. And I bet you half of the people don't even understand what the hell that means. So I don't get it. So why now? That's a question. That is a question we should all be asking. Why COVID-19? Why now? Why the sudden focus on this? There was more deaths during the flu outbreak. Before the vaccine, there was no recommendations to isolate. Even after the vaccine, still high numbers, there is no recommendation to isolate during the flu season. So why now? Why this COVID? So before I end this, I just want to share something with you. So I discovered about something called ID 2020. You can Google this up, ID 2020. This was basically developed by Microsoft in conjunction with some experts in the medical field. Probably the same experts that are giving the recommendation to shut down the world for the first time ever. Anyway, so the ID 2020 is basically a microchip to be injected into every human being. so we can be tracked and traced. And when I saw that, I thought, oh wow, it's a microchip to tag all humans. I'm not conspiracy theorist. I don't do all that. I just say what I see. So when I ask the question of why now? Why this virus? Why now? And then I hear about this ID 2020. Do you put two and two together? I could think, is why now? Why this year? Why now? To isolate us? To put fear and panic into human beings? So we can be more acceptable to wanting to be chipped? So we could be more acceptable to being tagged? Because apparently it's meant to save our lives. And it's meant to be mandatory. Is there a link? Who knows? Who knows? Time will tell. And keep on asking why. Why now? Why now? And on that note, be safe.